Ransomware trends we're seeing emerging are what you would expect to see with organised crime. There are specialist groups forming that focus on individual stages of the attack. They are forming agreements with each other, either directly or trading through open platforms on the web. They're using automation to scale their business. And in terms of evolution, they're increasing the amount of ransom they're asking for. The choice whether to pay the ransom is becoming more difficult as well, as it comes under more and more scrutiny from regulators and governments. Funding crime, potentially funding terrorism, is a serious challenge for the morals of an organisation. And yet, under the stress that they face during an attack, it's a difficult decision to be made, and much better for them to make that decision up front. Organisations can increase their resilience against a ransomware attack by preparing, quite simply. Having a plan and having invested in thinking about what you want to do up front is absolutely critical. The chaos created by a ransomware attack is deliberate by the attacker. They want to create confusion and they want to create fear so that you pay the ransom. It's extortion. But they also want you not to be able to stand up a credible defence against them. If you invest up front in planning how you're going to operate, if you invest in your preventative controls, your detective controls, responsive controls, and how you will recover, then you have a plan that your people can rally around and see off a ransomware attack effectively. Ideally, organisations should discuss whether to pay or not upfront in advance of an attack to avoid the additional pressure. And of course, in the situation, they may have to change their position. I've been involved in ransomware attacks where people are unsure whether to pay, and I've been involved in ransomware attacks where culturally the organisation has said they would rather let the organisation burn than pay. One of the key things I've seen in a ransomware attack is good relationships with your key customers. Go and talk to them, explain what's happening. Ideally, you'll have had this discussion up front. So if you have their support, then that takes one element of pressure off the organisation, and that's really helpful as well.